Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and Me Crafty Scrapper here on YouTube and Instagram. Today is another episode of M's Scrap Busters, and I am excited about this little project because it is cute. And I know I say that about most everything that I make, but it is very cute. It's darling, really, it is. It is little flower petal journaling cards, and the flower petals, scrappy flower petals, are made out of our scraps, and they are hand cut, so they are going to be the most unique, darling little projects that you add to your junk journals, your scrapbook pages, your gift ideas, home decor, snail mail, whatever you're going to add these to, they are the most darling little things. And with all of the pieces being hand cut, I mean, that just adds to the cuteness. I just love these little things. Okay, so we have our little flower that's off to the side a little bit with our little flower centerpiece there. And these are cut. I've cut my little journaling cards 3 by 4. You can cut yours any size you want. And you can cut your little flower petals any size you want. But I've just cut a few 3 by 4 pieces of cardstock. I've got some more scrap here from my scrap pile that I was going to cut for you to show how I have cut these flower petals. Now, as you can see, all of mine are different sizes, shapes, whatever. It does not matter how you cut yours. But I have found that if you will cut them longer and slimmer, they're a lot easier to work with. The shorter and fatter they are, like this one, the harder it is to kind of get a symmetrical flower, but I still love that look. So whatever look you like is what you need to cut your petals like. So this is more of a sunflower-ish look. So I love that. But you might like this look here, and that is fine. You cut yours any way you would like. So we're going to start with some scrap that you can fold over. So it doesn't matter what size it is. And if it's very wide, you're going to be able to cut quite a few petals from it. But you're just going to cut it in half, or fold it in half. And you're going to start at the top. You're going to go down, and you're just going to swoop down and then swoop back up to a point. Okay? That's all there is to it. And look at that little flower petal. Cute. Now, if you don't want them as wide here, don't swoop down as far. You can make very skinny ones like this. See, that one, it would be easy to use on the sunflower type flower that we'll make. Or you can make them very fat and go straight down and then straight back up and make very short fat ones. Okay? So any way you would like to do them. I'm going to make one little bitty one here for a top of a flower that I might need. So this one is teeny tiny, but it will come in handy at the tops of a flower somewhere. So even your tiny little bitty pieces, keep those. Alright, so this is a little bit wider, so we can make some little small petals out of this edge, and then I'll show you how I fold it again, and we can do a whole other row of petals on the same paper. And then I'll do a little bitty one there. And that one went flying way over there. So I have that row where I cut out petals. Then I can fold it again. Okay. And I like using my bone folder, especially if I've got some thick cardstock, to kind of crease that down. Then when I'm going in to cut this row of petals, just so I don't get into that row, I turn it around so I can see where the bottom of my cardstock is. That way I know I can't go any further down than that fold line. Okay. See if I can't get back up to that. Yay, I did. Alright, let's look at those. So this little bitty one, I've got all kinds of little folded ones everywhere. There's one. And another with the butterfly on it. Pretty good right there on that one. That one looks very pretty. Aaron Jonas is in the background cleaning, so I'm not going to apologize for the noises you hear because I'm getting a house cleaned. So let's see, where was my other ones that flew all over the place? Very cute little petals. I love these. So I'm going to lay them down, and let's cut this paper here. And then I think we will be good as far as petals that we have. And we've got plenty to make quite a few journaling cards. So this one has some glitter on it and a bird and a little frame, but it's been in my stash for so long, I just don't see me using it. So this one is not too thick, so I don't think I'll need the bone folder. But you can turn your cardstock any way you would like, and on this one, since it is so wide, I'm turning it or folding it top to bottom. Okay, and then I will go down again like so. So we're going to get quite a few petals out of this one piece of cardstock. Huge. And then fold down again. And we're just making flower petals. Now, when you get done cutting out all of your flower petals, you can ink all of them if you want to. I'm inking as I go along. And when I get tired of making scrappy flower petal journal cards, I'll just throw away what petals I did not use, because, I mean, they were scraps anyway, you know. I think I'll make some deeper cuts on this one. In case we need some fat petals. Okay, and then one more time. Alright, so see these deeper ones? Look how pretty that is. Looks like pretty leaves. I love those. Now I've done some with book page. I've done some with digitals. But most of mine is cardstock that I've used. But you can use whatever scrap that you have. And I think I'm good as far as cutting scrap. So I'm going to put my scrap bowl off to the side so we can have some more room here. And then you will also need, for your flower middles, some circle punches, or if you have a circle die cutting machine that you want to cut out some circles. I've done a 1 inch and a 5/8 inch for my flower middles. You can use whatever shape you would like for your flower middles. You don't have to use a circle if you don't want to. So I'm keeping the scrap bowl close so that I can get to those to do the little middles. I do have one cut there. And I'm thinking I might cut one out of some coffee dyed paper to maybe go under that one. That's pretty. I like that. Now to start these little creations, what we're going to do is I'm starting with a 3x4 card. Let's go with this one since we've made a blue wood grain and then a craft one already. Let's go with this white wood grain. I am in a wood grain mood lately. I love that look. Let's see. I want something that's not going to be too light, that's going to contrast good with this background. And I'm really loving that leaf, which I know that goes along with it really good too. So I'm going to need some good contrast around and behind that one. And once I get them inked around the edges too, that's going to give me a little bit more contrast also. Let's go. And you're just going to start whichever side you want it on. You're going to start just layering and going around. The easiest way to do this is just start slapping them down. I'm just saying that is about the easiest way to do it. Because once you start doing it, oh, I like that polka dot on that. Once you start doing it like this, and then if you get it exactly like you want it, then you got to move it all, you've got to ink it all, and then glue it back, and it's never going to come out the same way. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some of these fall looking colors back on the back side of it, and then get the rest of it to kind of pop on this. So let's just go ahead and start inking. And you could do a colored ink, not, you know, not just brown, on the edges, and that would give you a little bit more of a pretty look to your petals. I just like the vintagey look of brown, so that's what I'm going to keep using. It is the vintage photo that I'm using there, and let's go ahead and do that one. And I'll show you, I just go ahead and put my glue down on the card on the side that we're going to be using. So I am putting glue in the middle here, and then outside too. And then we can always go back and add more glue. So I'm going to do there and there, and I'm not going to go off the edge of the card really. I mean, if I do, it's just barely. And then you kind of try your best to, and when you put them down, just try to get them pointed in the same direction And then when you start around, you start putting them straight, but, you know, in a circular way. Okay, so there are those put on. And you can glue them all the way to the edges. I kind of like when they kind of stick up on the edges, so I'm good with that. I think I will do another one of these little blue ones with the words. And I'll put a little bit on the back of this one. Yep, I'm really liking that. I think this one can go back behind those. That's another reason why I don't put a lot of glue back on the top backs of them, because you're going to want to go back and tuck some stuff. So see, that just makes that. So I was glad that I didn't glue those down all the way so I could get that one tucked in there. Alright, and then let's see, let's do a book page one. Everything's better with book page, I say anyway. Alright, and go there, and let's tuck something in here. Let's do this pink one. And if you're all matchy-matchy and you want to do that, go for it. I'm not. So if this is the only pink petal that gets put in on this flower, I'm good with that. I think maybe I will add another fall looking one. But if you're doing a scrap buster and you're getting all of these from your scraps, then I really don't know how in the world you would do all one color. Unless you just had all one color of scraps. And nobody has that. I don't believe, anyway. Add this other one that's has that glittery bird on it. Pretty. Okay, and let's see. Let's get another. Yep. That one is pretty. Another one of those blue word scraps. Okay, so I've got all of those put down the way I want them, and then I'm going to look to see if this flower middle will be what I want. Oh yeah, I like that. So I'm going to ink my edges of my two circles. And then go ahead and glue the two circles together. And then add more glue to the middle before I pop that down there. Oh goodness, I like that one very much. Now let's wipe off excess glue where I see it popping out here and there. Oh, that's very pretty. I thought of something else you could do on these, and that is doing some accent lines on the petals, just around where you've done your inking, and thought that would be very pretty, and I'm already loving how that's looking, just with that small little gold accent line on each petal. That's pretty. I think I'll do some little dots like I did on this one out on the edges. Ooh, I like that. And then you could even do some splattering on these too. That would be pretty. I'm going to ink the edges of my little 3x4 card. And then all the way down the edge there too. Oh, I just love that. I love making something out of nothing, and I think I say that every time we do an M Scrapbusters, but I do. I love just turning scraps of paper into something beautiful. I love it. And then, you know, you could journal on the backs. We could also round our corners if we wanted to do that. Let's make one with this beautiful coral paper. It looks a little more orange on camera, but I promise you it is a beautiful summery coral color. And I'm thinking that any of these petals are going to look gorgeous on this paper. Yes. So I can even use some of my lighter ones on this. And I think I might try to use up these really fat ones that I cut before I realized, hey, you've got a 3x4 card. You don't need those fat petals. Oh yeah, I might use those 3 as my base. Just pull them in and then add the rest on top. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so if you make a mistake and you cut some petals a little too big, too fat, let's see if we can right the wrong and use these as a base to layer more petals onto the top of. I think that is going to work out just fine, but we'll see. Let's look here. This is the biggest one, so let's go ahead and add it here, and then let's just do 3 little lines of glue. I think I need that one a little bit bigger and that one too. And let's do top one. I tend to gravitate to the left side of my journal card. I'm not sure why, but it's been working, so I'll just keep going. I did do that one on the right side. Okay, and then this one here, it really doesn't matter too much on these 3 because a lot of it's going to get covered up, but I think that's going to be a beautiful base. And get that all the way to the edge. Sorry, I'm not fully, I am in frame, but it's just at the bottom of the frame. Sorry about that. Alright, I think I'm going to move this one up some so we can kind of get that more in center. Okay, so there are the bases of our flower petals, or our flower, and let's try building on top of that to see what we can make here. Ooh, I think I'm going to love this one. Alright, let's put glue there. So pretty. Let's do, ooh, look at that one. Maybe this flower is going to be all words. I have enough scraps for that, I'm sure. So do that one back there. And then let's try for this little small one. Let's do it there. And then we need a big one. For here. We'll like that. Very cute. Oh, the back side would have been very cute too. Let's do that one there. And then we need one jutted out here. This book page. These would make beautiful additions to any junk journal. I'm telling you. These are so pretty. Made up and added to a junk journal. I like that. Let's do definitely use this one. And another book page one. And then let's try this one. There, kind of jutted out along with that one. Oh, I like that. And then maybe this one here, and then that book page one there. Oh yeah, I think that's going to work out really well. And we've used all wording on this one flower. Or dictionary page. That's what those big ones were. Was dictionary page. And ink. This book page one. These tiny little book page pieces get a little flimsy when you're trying to ink them. Okay, let's see. Do we need to pull that down some? Ooh, I like that. Alright, now for our middle, do we just want to use 2 pieces of coffee, whoops, or tea stained paper? What do we think? I really like that, but I had some printed bag. I think I will like even better to put that on top of the tea stain paper. And let's see how that looks. Add our 2 circles together. And then let's get it put down in the middle. Alright, way too much glue there, Melina. Way to go. Okay. And just kind of dot off the excess of that glue. Ooh, I really like that one, y'all. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Turn the volume down on my laptop so whenever I get a text, y'all are not getting that blaring ding. Okay, inking the edges. That one is so pretty. I like that. And then look at them when you've got one to the right and one to the left, and they're facing each other. That is so pretty. Love that. So, let's see, how are we on time? Let's make one more. And let's go with this craft color. And let's go to the right, since I've been going to the left side so much. And let's start, I really like that, starting with bigger petals there. That theme, but that one's not long enough. Let's go, ooh, I like that. And then another big one, pretty. And then this big one, which is not as big, but I do like that. And I had already inked this one for another one and then didn't use it. Let's find some, we can use both of those in there, kind of make it a little more symmetrical. Let's do this one at the top. And look, I've started going to the left again. I'm just going to flip it over. And we're gonna go to the right side, Melina. Flip my little gluing over, and easy fix. Just remember, when you're layering on top of another petal, you'll need to add a little bit more glue. Very pretty. Let's see here. Let's add something back behind that one before it dries too quickly. Tuck it back there. Alright, now that we've done that, I'll have to tuck a couple more to get it symmetrical looking. Let's tuck here. Okay, and then maybe can add, I like that. We'll just add that one. It's a big one and we need to use it as a base. Even though it's a fat one, it'll work. And then maybe that one there, and we'll put a pointy one on top to kind of give it its shape that it needs. Like so. And then if we add that's pretty. This little digital of some kind that I had in my scrap pile. I like that, and we can just start adding a few more layers to the top of some tiny little petals. Maybe some book page. Oh, I love that. And then one more here and two more up here maybe. That piece is very pretty. It's got just a bunch of wording and some navy blue in it. Okay, and then that one is pretty and pointy, so we need some more points on here. To contrast that big fat one back behind it. And then maybe one more. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So this one I think is going to be layered up more than any of the rest of them, but I do love that layered look. That's pretty. Okay, and then see, I've just got all my little points together there. And now we need to do our circle middle. And I'm really loving the purple that's in that. So let's see if I've got some scrap with purple in it. Ooh, I like that. And then maybe a darker purple. I can't even talk. Maybe a darker purple on top of that. From a teeny tiny little piece of scrap I had. That and there. And put our circles together. And add a little more glue. Try not to add as much as I did on the last one. Whoop, my little middle circle's trying to move on me as I put down the whole flower middle. Ooh, I like that one. Alright, excess glue dabbed off. And then ink edges. Ooh, y'all, that one's pretty. I like all the layers on that one. Very, very pretty. Alright, all of my nice little petals are going to go in a little bag. I can't bring myself to throw them away. I've already cut them out. So I'm going to put them in a little baggie and put them in my scrap pile so that I can come back and make these again if I want to. And of course I have ink everywhere. So here are my Scrappy flower petal journaling cards. I love how these turned out. I love all of the different scraps on all of them. And some of these, since they will be going down into pockets, I will go back and add a little bit of glue to kind of set those petals down a little better, just because we don't want them catching on the pocket and then tearing. But I think that one might be my favorite, just because it's all words. I mean, it's all like script or book page. That one is very pretty. I like that one. I love them all, but I think that one might be my favorite. Anyway, 3x4 journaling cards with Scrappy floral centers. And I am going to fix my lighting here because I guess that coral one is really messing with the lighting we've got here. Okay, that is better. So there is a little better look at the colors, and that's coming up on the screen a little bit better than it did. So I will have you some still shots at the end if you make these Scrappy flower petal journaling cards. I want to see yours. So use the hashtag #MsScrapbusters wherever you post your pictures or your video, so that I can find them and leave you some love. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for sticking around till the end. And y'all have a blessed day. I'll see ya. Bye, y'all.